Hi, happy family. It's April 8th, 2020. It's time for another video. I had an email come in from somebody in our community looking for a little bit of insight, and that triggered me to do the next step in my involvement in all of this and what I'm going to be offering. Something I'd like to do, and I'm doing, is the Dear Abby, but we're going to say Dear Claudette letters. These letters, you can write whatever you need to, that you're looking for a little bit of comfort, a little bit of wisdom, a different take on a situation. Just say, Dear Claudette, write whatever it is that you're looking for, to hear somebody else's perspective on. And then when I look at the bottom, I want you to specifically, don't tell me who you are, please. This is such a small town. And even the outlying communities, Chetwynd, Tumbler Ridge, whomever you are, when you write, just put a moniker at the bottom, some name. And it's kind of fun. Think about it, Sleepless in Seattle? Well, try Sleepless in Tumbler Ridge. Or, I don't know, Seeking Knowledge in Dawson. That kind of thing. Have fun with your moniker. Your name, however, your pen name that you're going to sign your letter with. We have mailboxes. My husband, David, put mailboxes outside of our store, and they're at the second entry, not the typical front door entry that you normally come through. It's that other door at the front of the store. So just have a look. I mean, it won't be difficult to find. If you are in town, you can drop your letter off in the mailbox. I'll check it every morning when I come in. Otherwise, you can email your letters for those that are out of town or prefer to stay home, but still have a letter that they would like for me to read and then give my feedback on. So I'm going to right now supply you with my email, and I'm also going to type it out in underneath this video post when I post it on the store page. So here we go. Happy, Happy, Hobbit, Hobbit, Happy Hobbit, Curios, Curios, Happy Hobbit Curios at explornet.com. Happy Hobbit Curios at explornet.com. All right, guys, and don't panic if you didn't get it all written down. It'll be there for you down below the video once I post it. Okay, so having said all that, I did get an email from someone in our local community of Dawson Creek asking me about some symbols that she saw as she was doing her meditation. Before I give and weigh in with my opinion of the symbols that she was given, I want to give a disclaimer. As I found in my own homework, working on my own dream work and my own meditation visions, for lack of a better term, they are so personal. You come from a specific soul family, a specific lineage of teachers and guides. And so oftentimes when someone weighs in and gives you their opinion of what they think that symbol means, it may not resonate. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that they're incorrect. It's because that's how they interpret it. That's how their life experiences have shaped how they look at things. And their teachers, their ethereal teachers, their guides up there, they're being shown a different flavor of that lifesaver package I often talk about, how we're all different flavors. So they come from a different tradition. But sometimes it will resonate. And I really encourage you, those moments where you find someone that gives you their interpretation and it resonates with you, like you're like, oh, wow, yeah, you know what? 100%, I feel that right down into my marrow. This is true. I encourage you to kind of keep linked with that person. It doesn't mean that you're going to be forever linked with that person, but at this time, it's very crucial that you keep that relationship going. And pay attention when that person is speaking, or you've asked them a question, or maybe they've posted a posting. Obviously, you share in that knowledge, that type of knowledge, and those types of teachers that that person is getting their information from. So again, it's, I guess, in a lack of a better term, it's channeling, right? They're channeling from a soul family of ethereal teachers. And so you may resonate with that teacher. All right. So done with the disclaimer. All right, Miss K, that's all I'm going to say. Miss K, your symbols, I'm going to be very vague here because I don't want to give away the sacredness of your symbols. These symbols are very sacred to you. It's really important that you don't put these out. I know you, and you're a very private person, so I understand that you won't do that, but I'm telling you that for future. There is just something strange about magic and energy. And it is that I really have to impose on you to, your growth is very specific to you. And when you are shown symbols, or you are given words, or whatever it is, when you describe it or share it with somebody else, it starts to lose its magic, its energy. And I'm not exactly sure how that works. I just know it from experience. And what that taught me is, initially, when you're given a nugget of truth, you're given a word, you're given a symbol, a color, whatever it is, I really encourage you, as you get further on in your journey, to learn to just try to figure this out on your own. Ask for it to be shown to you, explained to you. Say you don't understand it. Give me more. Again, like I've said in the past video, a dream, but that could show up any which way. It could be the graffiti on the side of a mailbox that explains it all to you. So, I'm not saying that this has lost any energy or magic to you, but I am saying that in order to preserve it for you, Miss K, I'm not showing the symbols to our audience. I'm just going to say like something very basic about it, and then you'll know which one I'm talking about. So let's start with the first one. The first one has an arrow. So this is very interesting. It's talking about a specific direction. I want you to, in relation to where the arrow was pointing in your mind when you were shown this, that's extremely important. Write that down for yourself for referring back to. I like the fact of how it was shown to me here on the paper. And Spirit just said to me, go with it, Claudia. It doesn't matter which way that you sent me those. To me, this is how I need to speak to you about them. So I say that this is above ground, and it alludes to flying. And I'm going to just use those key words, above ground. This could be ethereal. It could be talking about consciousness. It could be about it's just the communication of above. Like when you're in meditation, deep meditation, you can actually leave your body, right? OBEs, out of body experiences. I just want you to consider that. That's my take on this, is that you're ready to fly, and your travel is going to be taking other forms than traditionally on ground with your feet on the ground. The other one with the, well, what should I explain this? It's like the shape of a yield sign, huh? Yield sign. So for me, I'm going to just say what came to me very clearly. I see mountains, and I also see a serpent. Interesting, but that's my take on it. So those are things for you to investigate. Serpents mean a variety of different meanings in different traditions. So again, you're going to have to find what resonates with you, but you're really dealing with higher elevations. You're dealing with mountains. So that's, I feel like they're saying to you, like in the form of a yield, just to be cautious, to move forward carefully, and also to bear in mind that climbing a mountain takes work, takes preparation, and dedication. So they could possibly be sending you a message that what you're about to take on is not going to just happen overnight. This is going to it's not going to recommend, what's the word? It's going to, they need from you your dedication, your commitment to the process. And you will climb mountains to get to it. And that's so true. I've even had that symbology myself, mountains, about climbing mountains. And that's, so I really love that, what you got there. Just to know that this isn't an overnight process, and to be gentle with yourself. And I think that'll play in, Miss Kay, later on with some of the other things that are coming up with this video today, of things that I'm going to give to the general public. Now, this other one, how interesting. I mean, evidently we do see two letters there. Very cool. I would say this is some sort of branding. This is a signature. I would almost even consider this a magical symbol of some sort. Oh my gosh, the words are escaping me right now. Maybe that's because you're not supposed to hear it in that flavor. So I'm just going to respect that. I just want you to keep your eyes open for this type of symbology. That dot as well is just higher understanding. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, Miss Kay. I think you get the gist of it. That symbol is not a coincidence. That symbol is very much like a branding. And I think it could very much relate to your spiritual family and who you need to connect with. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Now, what do we got here? Someone else, blah, blah. Ways to research. Aha, right. I brought some books from home. So for the others at home that have symbols, I'm more than happy. I would love to see what you've got, or a dream interpretation. I love doing that. I mean, that's what we've done. Our family has done that since they've been, my kids can tell you, it's I mean, when they could talk, I would ask them, what did you dream about? What was your dream last night? Did you have a good sleep? And we love talking about dreams. We love talking about dreams. I believe dreams are our subconscious, and it's communicating with us. It's the ethers. It's our soul guides. You know, that's just the way for communication to come down and not be tampered by our everyday jargon that's going on in here. So this book, you can see here, it's a bit worn. This is one of my faves. All right, the Woman's Dictionary is Symbols and Sacred Objects. I've got notes, I've got pages flagged. This is a very special book. I've gone through several. This is one that works for me. It may not work for everybody, but this is one that I really like. I think I'm sold out here today, but I mean, we certainly can make an arrangement if that's a book that you would like to get in. And I mean, this one, I love, love, love this book. I love all her books. This series is so good. But this book, above all dream books, it's one of the first I go for out of my bookshelf. Showing you the binding here. It's the Dream Dictionary from A to Z, Teresa Chang. Love Teresa Chang. It's very simple. I'm going to just, you see how the letters are up top? Love it. Okay, another one that sometimes I go to as well for jumping off is this one. The Complete Book of Dreaming. Dreams and Dreaming. All right. And this is, 40 years of researching and paying attention to my dreams. These are some of the books. And I thought you'd be interested in seeing what does Claudette go for. And I use the internet. I totally do. I Google, I research, I call it going down the rabbit hole, and I love it. I love digging in and seeing. And then you come to a point where you're saturated and you think your mind can't take in anymore. And oh my God, I'm so lost. I don't know. Let it go. Walk away now. You've done your part. You've shown Spirit and your guides and your teachers that you have invested into this. It's also been put into your mind by all the research you've done, and let me tell you, you're going to get the answers fast and furious. They're going to come to you at the most unusual times, and you're just going to go, aha! And what an exciting thing when it does happen. Journaling is super important too. I can't encourage you enough. As these moments happen, journal them, because there are going to be times in your faith, in your walk, your spirituality walk, that you're going to feel alone, or you're going to feel like nothing's happened. I'm like, that's it. Like, what else? I don't understand. I'm not getting anything. I can't even remember my dreams. That's the time when you're going to go back and you're going to be so reignited, and that flame is going to start burning again, because you're going to see all those wonderful times and be reminded of the messages that you were given, and how, yes, Spirit is never gone. But there are times when we need to let things assimilate, let things just kind of come into our psyche and become part of us. You can't just keep going bite, 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 because if you keep eating like that, your stomach never has a chance to digest. I can't put it any better way. I know a lot of you, when you first start out, you're so hungry for everything. And I get that. And I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that you could hit a moment where you're kind of crash and burn, in a sense. Like, I just want to stress to you, take it easy. Take it easy. Enjoy the journey. Allow information to sit with you. When you meditate, think about that information you've been given, or that gift, that pearl of knowledge, and just sit with those moments. Don't just think that I got to keep going, I got to keep pushing. It's a very gradual process, and it's almost like you're jumping through the hoops in order to get to another level. And you don't get to that level and by jumping through the hoops so quickly that you're not absorbing. You can't pass to the next initiate level until you've really absorbed and taken in the lessons and the teachings that you're being given. All right, so let's see here. I have a card for Brenda. We're going to pick a card for a Brenda. You know who you are, Brenda. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Rose Garden. Brenda, I don't even have to look at the meaning of this card. You are one of these ladies that needs to go outside. You need that sunshine. You need that vitamin D. When I say go outside in this time, in this age, I'm saying stay socially acceptable distance away from everybody. But I am encouraging you. For you, this is so important. So important. Do you feed off of this? This feeds you. It makes your soul feel quietened, peaceful. You charge your batteries this way. The chatter in your mind slows down. It becomes more healthy and more grounded. Please find yourself outside. This is very important for you, to hear the birds twittering, to see the plants, the trees. I understand that we're still got snow out there, but I'm telling you, this is so important for you. You need to see. Go outside for that walk. All right. Hugs to you. And Miss K, because of your letter, I'm going to also give you a card. Okay, here we go. Moon Dance. It's a lovely day for a moon dance. Isn't that just gorgeous? I think that fits really well with what we've just talked about for you. I can see so much in this picture alone that speaks to me. Okay, I'm just going to look up the card though and give you their take. Moon dance, number 4. Adventure and perspective, being daring but having balance. Look at this girl. She's balancing on a rope, waltzing with the moon. She's dancing through life. To be this confident is a gift you should be aware of and treasure. Interesting. Be brave. Be adventurous, Miss K. Get out of your comfort zone and see life from a different perspective. Oh, you're going on a journey. If you maintain a balance between levity and lightheartedness, you can stay above the everyday noise that threatens to bring us down. I'm just getting impression, dive into those symbols you've got, girl. Settle down. All of those feelings of anxiousness in your tummy, those words of a doubt that are drifting in, put them away, okay? You're on a journey, and you've got some really cool things coming up for you, but these are ethereal lessons. These are more spiritual lessons, and you can do these all by yourself. All by yourself, because you're unique and you're going to bring a different flavor. Okay, this is what I'm giving you today is just a jumping off. Go find it. Do it. And what does it end with here? Feel the night breeze in your hair and adventure in your soul. Enjoy. And I think at night, you need to plug in. You're going to be doing some possibly astral traveling, some OBEs. You're out. You're going to be journeying in the stars. And I think we even talked about something like this visually before. Like I'm remembering something about the sky travel. So have fun. This is so you. Okay, guys, I'm moving on. Anybody that does send me a letter, you're going to get a card. If you would like a card pulled for you, I'm going to be doing that for those that like and share this video. So if you like and share this video, expect a message coming your way, a quick little video. I'll pull you a card in private, just for you. Next, we're going to the Course in Miracles. Let's go to the next one here. This is lesson 2. Circus Freak Show. Oh, wow. Circus Freak Show. Here we go. For more than 100 years, physicists have known that Newton's classical view of physical reality doesn't work at its core. The subatomic realm so defies all reason and logic that most scientists, scared to endanger their academic credentials, have more or less ignored the fact that life is nothing like we pretend it is. In fact, the world is so freaky. Particles popping up out of nowhere, time slowing down and speeding up, particles reacting and communicating with each other even when separated by thousands of miles. That the main thing scientists have done with this information is develop technology for blowing each other up, sending text messages, and nuking leftover black-eyed peas. Well, that's a little bit grim, but I guess I'm sure there's some really fantastic things too that have come. We now have inscrutable proof that the two main fundaments of physical reality, space and time, are as shaky as a Jenga tower. And that's what A Course in Miracles is all about. It advocates the idea that consciousness creates your material world. It says we, the human, decide in advance how we're going to experience life. What we choose beforehand is what we want to see. I can't emphasize that enough. We humans decide in advance how we're going to experience life. We choose beforehand what we want to see. Just a little note on those that I've noticed, even when we're watching videos and during this unsettling time, and people are getting very excited, and you can see their energy. They're feeding into that fear. And you almost see like their energy get taken over by something not good. They're enjoying it. They're enjoying this time where people are nervous and scared, and they're feeding that, and their voice gets elevated, and you can see the excitement. There is actual glee and satisfaction what they're saying. They're excited about it. And to me, that's very disgusting. It's very scary to me, and it shows me again, choose very wisely who you seek counsel from. So to change the course of my life, I must actively see and expect a different reality. Way too often, I devote my time and attention, my consciousness, if you will, to things I don't want. But it's nothing more than a bad habit. And like any bad habit, it can be changed with deliberate daily effort. That's why I go through the course lessons every year. This is the author speaking, of course. That's why training my mind is priority numero uno. In lesson 2, I've given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. I simply take a quick minute, I look around and acknowledge that I have given meaning to whatever happens to cross my view. For example, I'm currently giving meaning to a big globe, a peace tree I purchased from an artist in Haiti, an encaustic painting I made when writing a story for Cooking Light about art camps in Carmel. That's it. Look around your surroundings. Look around your home. What are you giving meaning to? What are you feeding? Take note of the things to which you've given meaning. I really like that. That's excellent. I'm going to do that. And it's interesting because I kind of already trickled into my thinking. I save everything. I save mementos. You know, I have these boxes in my garage for each of my children. They're labeled with their name, and I dutifully, like the lock of hair, everything has been put in these boxes. And then just very recently last week, because I was doing a little purging, I went through a box and I realized I had done a mistake. I had been cleaning and I didn't really look inside the card. I had a card in my hand and I thought, oh, Claudette, you can let this go. Is this sincerely something that this child is really going to treasure later? So I cut it in half, like I ripped it in half because I thought I'll use the other part for scrapbooking. Again, a saver. And then when I did, I looked in and I realized it was actually a party invite that I had saved from my eldest son. And, you know, it was in his handwriting. And my heart just crushed. I had a hard time with that. I was just like, oh my God, what did I just do? I just ripped this in. And then I was sitting here like at an impasse, like am I going to tape it? Tape it? Why would I tape it? I mean, it's destroyed now. I ripped it. And then I got quiet and I thought, what am I supposed to learn out of this? What do you want? Like, my heart's kind of breaking right now. I've done something that goes against everything in me. And I just got the fact that you need to trust that you will remember what's important, and that memory, that piece of time, it's there. It's there. Don't hang on to it because you have it already in here. That moment happened. You lived that moment. And you don't need to hang on to the paper. I'm still working on that. But what gave me peace of mind, and I was able to walk away from that whole lesson, is I took part 1 away. I'm sure there's more to this lesson. I'm still working on it. But I was able to say a prayer out loud and just say, you know what, I trust you. I trust, and I can give this up. I'm willing and ready to polish my diamond some more. I accept this lesson. I know it wasn't a mistake, and it's an important lesson to learn, that I need to trust you. Trust the people in my life, that they know that they're very special to me. That was the other thing that came to me, is I somehow was validating that their life meant something to me, that they were important in my life. So therefore I've saved all this stuff of yours, and because you were important and you still are. And they were showing me that maybe that's my insecurities of having to validate that somehow that I have to show. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you. See how that sits. So, for everybody else, I pulled a card just for general feelings. It was funny because when I pulled it, I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. Infinity card. Infinity. Here we go. This is a really cool deck. This is what I'll be pulling to, just to give us a general theme to work off of. Universal cards. Again, I'm out, but I can order some in if you would like that. Created by Juliet Jaffray Hubbs and Nora Monaco. So Infinity, I started to read it and then I stopped and I started to laugh and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so true and very fitting for what's going on right now. Infinity. Often this card is drawn when you are at a crossroads in your life. You may be asked to make important decisions. And I just want to stop right here and pause, because if you are watching this video, it's because you've got something that you're going to take from this, okay? I used to think, oh, this is ridiculous. You know, when I'd watch somebody's video and thinking, how's that going to relate to my life? Like, that's not a card pulled for me, but it is. It's, again, another form of scrying in the universe. The universe brings to you something through any means it can. So the fact that you're watching this, listen, there's something here for you. Maybe it wasn't something I just talked about, but you are watching this for a very specific reason. Wonderful. Be very clear and know that there are vast possibilities available and you do have choices. Choose wisely and honestly from what you truly feel inside and from where you are now in your life. I think this is so important because we're probably feeling very helpless. A lot of us are feeling like we don't have a lot of choices. But this card is encouraging us to review our feelings of frustration or feelings that we're stuck, because we kind of aren't. We're just being shown and forced to look in a different way at our situation, okay? Allow a different perspective to shed some light. Don't be bound by the old, outdated belief systems, just what I said. Take down those boundaries because you are limitless, and we've learned that in our Course of Miracles. We are limitless, okay? Whatever we bring into our consciousness is what we are going to start bringing out into our life. We're going to bring it into being. Tap into inexhaustible bounties of the universe. The energy is flowing, and now more than ever, it sure is. I can't tell you. I think that just the slowing down of everything, I don't know what it's doing, but I've heard from many people, including even my husband. He's sharing some really magical, awesome stuff that's happening, and I'm just witnessing it and thinking, how incredible is this? And so many other people are experiencing some huge awakenings or some huge bursts forward in their own spiritual walks, because I feel like the channel is a lot clearer. Like, things are just coming through. We're less bombarded with distractions. And I think that spirit and our guides are able to communicate and get through. Really high boundless energy is associated with choosing this card. Ding! An excellent time for making positive changes. Immense progress can be made. Be open and clear with yourself and your intentions. Yeah. I'm hearing that as well. I think a lot of us, because our lives have taken a lot slower of a pace, we're now being confronted with things in our life that we've always been able to kind of table and put away, or I'll look at that later. I'm really busy right now. Here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity. Outside energies are very impactful at this time, are they not? In so many ways. They're impactful in allowing us the time to address things that need to be addressed. They're impactful as well in the fact that channeling all these, the dreams, the OBEs, all of this stuff, it's increasing. There may be more going on that meets the eye. I truly believe that. There is a lot going on that we can't even begin. Our little puny minds can't even grasp. Infinity is without beginning, without end. Go the distance. Make this trip here on Earth count. Those were my words. The exact point at which the lines cross in the infinity symbol. Oh, that's like that figure 8. Love that. Represent the thresholds to your higher knowledge. Access becomes easier when you honor the urgent need to find your center. Find your center now and take the appropriate steps to do so. Excellent. Okay, finally, last thing on my video. Look at these guys. These are gray eyes agate. I find them extremely soothing. They're very calming. And when I pulled up the information on them, it made perfect sense why I resonate so well with them, and I think you will too. I'm just going to read it here and maybe add a few words here and there, but gray eye agate has a very calm, gentle, and steady presence. It encourages us to be more conscious of our thoughts and our feelings and their effect on our long-term well-being. Gray agate stabilizes your aura and it balances your yin and your yang energies. It shows us how to be in better balance with the larger world around us. Boom. We are so connected right now with the larger world around us, are we not? This is going to be helpful for us. It aids us in seeing the positive and the negative forces that exist in the world. And to be both realistic about our limitations and empowered in our possibilities, just like our infinity card we just pulled. It helps us walk through the real world with greater ease, neither giving in to despair nor sheltering ourselves from painful realities. Gray agate invites us to help raise the collective consciousness. By you doing your work and bringing yourself up to a more elevated spiritual being, like an existence, when you're doing work on yourself, you're doing work for the whole energetic value of where we're at right now on the planet and beyond. What you do affects. So know that you're doing very important work. Gray eyes agate shows us that we can in fact create a better world where all beings are safe and given the means to grow and thrive. But first, we must personally embrace a more mature spiritual path. And that is so true right now. Mature spiritual path, meaning you have the tools within you to do this and figure this out. All right? More than ever, we're being asked, lean on yourself, dig deep. What are your resources? Use them. Use your resources and you will find so much there. It's kind of like, going from one grade level to the next. All right. I also want to say it specifically helps us to correctly identify the forces that are causing the most discomfort in our lives and to find practical solutions for them. It counsels patience too, reminding us that healing and progress sometimes takes considerable time and effort. Time and effort. Kind of like Miss K's symbol, right? The mountains. She's got to climb a mountain. Things aren't just given to us willy-nilly, easy, like, oh, boom. Sometimes, but very rarely. Most often, we have to work for it. We have to show that we are worthy of that nugget of knowledge and that gift. Okay, and I also just wanted to add a little funny blip in there because it, as funny as this is and it doesn't really relate to what we're talking about, the Gray Eyes Agate also has a really interesting attribute where it is said having one of these protects your child in your womb, in utero, for healthy growth. So interesting. Just add that as a sidebar. Okay, guys, I think I've monopolized enough of your time. Go forth, mature spiritually. I look forward to the Dear Claudette letters. Don't forget, yeah, keep it fun. Give yourself a pen name. Okay, guys? We'll see you soon, I'm sure. Blessings.